What's up, guys? Kyle here, Plainsmen Outdoors. It's January 26th or 5th, 26th, 25th, something like that. And came in this spot. This is a really thick, hilly, small property that we have. It's a really long walk in here. There's the only way to access it. Set that bobcat trap a couple days ago. A scratch set. Trying to see if we can get a bobcat to get caught. But anyway. For the last 2 nights since I set that trap, it's been nothing but pictures of coons all night long, just walking by on that small game trail. I mean, all night long. Now, I don't know if it's, 3 or 4 coons or if it's like 10 coons. But it's a lot of coons regardless. So, I want to do like 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 checks. I'm going to walk in here, got an ice fishing sled. I got a backpack with a coon bait and about a dozen DPs in there. Found a good den tree on the walk in here with fur like sticking out of it, or not sticking out of it, but fur on the outside. Looked like coon fur, so set that, put one in front of that. Look at this small game trail. I'm pretty sure this is the same trail. Look at that, just beat. That's a better picture. You can see as it goes through there. That's small game. So I'm just gonna put it every dog proof. And that's probably the same small game trail that eventually leads to that bobcat trap, which is right up there a ways. So I'm gonna set every one of them. I'm gonna wear these coons out. Hopefully we catch a lot of coons. I'd be happy with some skunks too. Skunk essence is going pretty good right now, so hopefully we can get that done. So anyway, I'm gonna get some setting, and then I'll just re-walk the trail and show you all the sets probably, or something like that. But anyway, I'm gonna put one around this cedar tree. Perfect set right there. All right, guys. Well, I got all of them set, and I think I found the mother lode, because this is an old farmstead that's up here on this hill. I've rarely come back here, but that's a small game trail, guys. If you don't know what one looks like, that is a den of something. Probably coon, but it might be coyote or something else. It's a pretty big hole. Badger might be living in there, I don't know. But another small game trail. One right there. One exiting, kind of going that way. And this dead log, you can see it's just eat up. And that tree has a huge hole, 2 huge holes in it. Now, if we go to the other side, I've set another trail over there. This is the end of the trail that I've set. A lot of the coons that I got on camera were coming from the north, which is that direction. Which means, one, I don't have enough traps with me. I set a dozen, I think, or 10. I set another the trail's kind of going right there along those lines. There's those 2 big dead holes. And that other den over there, yeah, it's crazy right here. This is more of a deer trail than I'm walking right now, but as you can see right here, crap everywhere. See, this is a deer trail, guys. It's not as like flattened. See, this is a small game trail. That's another DP right there. And I left my hammer right there, so I can grab that. But you can see this is a small game trail. You see, the stuff's not really, it's not very wide. It's extremely narrow. And the leaves are what are patted down and are muddy. Looks kind of like a muddy floor. So this is a small game trail. And I just followed this trail, and it goes all the way along there. You can kind of hard to tell on the camera, but along this tree, past that big tree, and it goes down that gully and then goes right over there. My other traps are way over there. So I just set them all along this trail. So I don't know how many we're gonna have, but I had a lot of coons over the last 2 nights, and it's gonna be even warmer and warmer for the next 3. So it's the rut, so boars are going to different trees looking for hot sows. So hopefully these dens right here, and most of them, I got probably half and half. I saw coming from the north and coming from the south. So hopefully these coons that I'm seeing going back and forth, that are working from different dens to different dens, and this is obviously a den. I've got my 22 mag. I could call it, but I've been like banging around and talking. They probably won't pay attention. But so anyway, 2 huge dens right here. And the small game trail leads right to them. Trail leads the opposite direction. So, like I said, the majority of my traps are that way. But hopefully I get coons moving back and forth through the night. So, anyway, kind of wish I had some snares or some good spots for some snares. I have snares, I just didn't bring them with me. Just brought dog proofs, and because I didn't work this trail far enough, I just worked the other side of the trail, and it's just all flat and cedars on the other side of that small game trail. This would be perfect for snares. These tight corridors and this brushy stuff. So maybe tomorrow when I come in for the first check, I'll bring some snares with me and try to snare some coons too. But anyway, guys, well, thanks for walking with me, and hopefully tomorrow our first check will be abundant. Hopefully we'll have a lot, because it's going to be the same temperatures it has the last 2 nights. And last 2 nights were not super warm. They're pretty cold, so hopefully we'll get some coons and, you know, catch some skunks. That'd be good too. So anyway, guys, stick with us. Next time I see you, it'll be check day 1. All right, guys, Kyle here, Plainsmen Outdoors. This is check day 2, actually, on that line that I was telling you about. Check day 1 was a complete and total bust. It was an absolute shock to me. As much coon movement as there was the 2 nights before that, and with this huge den tree here, there's a huge den hole over there in the earth. There's probably multiple dens in these huge dead oaks, and the small game trails through here are just insane. I set 10 dog proofs from here, going along this small game trail here, continuing that way. And I finally have stuff this morning. This is the first coon. 2 grinners are back down that way. We'll show you later, but this is the first coon. So I brought snares with me because this trail is really good. So I don't know if they're just ignoring, the coons just ain't been moving, or if they're just not, they're so focused on rut, they just don't care about food right now. So either way, finally, some fur. We'll get this one took care of and show you the possums, and we'll show you a couple snares that we set. So anyway, guys, yeah, he ain't caught by very much, so we're gonna get him took care of. All right, guys, we're just a couple yards down from where we just caught that coon and that dog proof. I have another dog proof over there. That's very clearly a den tree. There's another den in the side hill on the other side of that I'm going to snare also. Got about a half dozen snares with me. This is a great place for snaring. You can see the small game trail here. Here, bring it down here to this level here. You can see through this underbrush. The underbrush is kind of over top of it, unlike a deer trail. This is a perfect place for a snare. This is a pinch point between 2 twigs, between 2 saplings. I'm going to anchor my snare on this one here, or I'm going to anchor it to this tree with a fence staple. And with coons, guys, when I'm doing with snares, I just use number 9 wire here, and I either wrap that with 3 twists around a solid, solid tree from the snare swivel, and they do not break it, or a fence staple. If you hammer this into a solid tree, they're not pulling that out either. So anyway, just an idea what you can use. I'm just using some basic, not painted or nothing, just some micro locks. There's probably like 40 inches total of cable. So I like the PVC, or the what do you call these, tubing collars. I like those. And for the support, I use number, I don't remember what number that is, but anyway, so yeah, I'll show you the set when I'm done with it. All right, guys, this is the completed set. Sorry, the shadows and everything in here making it kind of hard to show you, but we're coming from the other side of the trail now, and this is the pinch point, and I put that wire just around that sapling there. as my support wire, and make a 6 to 8 inch loop, 3 to 4 inches off the ground for coon. And you can see I just wood stapled it, the snare swivel to that big tree there. And that's it, man. I snare coons like that, no problem. So hopefully we'll have some coons, more coons. If they're not paying attention, if they're just not moving, well, that's just the way it is. But if they're just ignoring bait because of the rut, can't ignore a snare. They'll work the same trails. So there's a lot of deer trails in here that they're also working, but snaring those for coon is just kind of pointless because the trails are wider and they have more variance on where they're going to walk. But these small game trails that the coons make are perfect. So I'm going to set some more of these, and we'll show you the possums when we get them taken care of and all that stuff. So, all right, guys. Well, that's a snare. So hopefully we can catch some more. All right, guys. Have a dog proof here, and this is a really small grinner, but a lot of trappers let these things go because they have no market. I mean, average. I think last month the average was like 61 cents. So, yeah, they're not worth the skinning, but they're definitely worth getting rid of if you're a turkey hunter. And I turkey hunt this a lot, and this is good turkey brood habitat because there's a lot of this cedar coverage. There's a field right up there that's pretty overgrown, but they can nest in this and move through this, and the poults can move through this and feed and not have avian predators, but they can move through it. So anyway, possums raid nests, so they got to go. So we'll get this one took care of, reset it, and there's another grinner behind us that we'll take care of too. All right, guys, we got another grinner here. Looks like he's sleeping, but yeah, got a grinner here, and the trail, it's pretty disturbed right now, but the trail goes off that direction, and then it comes back this direction right there, and I've got 3 more dog proofs down there. So this is some good pinch points in here, so I'm gonna try to put some snares down in here. Actually, there's one right there. I can tell where I'm gonna put one. But anyway, get this guy took care of, and we'll get him down the road. Another snare set so you can see it in the middle of that trail. Kind of put a little something on that cedar branch because it wants to swing back towards the snare, so I kind of just put a little weight on it so it wouldn't move. And snare's right there, 6 to 8 inches, 3 to 4 inches off the ground, and anchored. Number 9 wire twisted to that tree right there. That ain't going nowhere. That's the snare set. Super easy. Just find a small game trail, a pinch point, set your snare, no bait, no lure, no nothing. Just anchor it well. And I know what some of y'all are gonna say. What are y'all thinking? Nebraska, and I've said this before in past videos, but Nebraska has no entanglement laws. Thank God. So I can set a snare wherever I want, basically, in terrain that I want, is my point. So entanglement doesn't matter. So states like Missouri, Wisconsin, other states like that, unfortunately, y'all have to have like cable restraints, and you have to use certain, diameter cable and relaxing locks and breakaways and all that other stuff, and that's fine. But when you're snaring things like coons, like it shouldn't matter. So most coons I snare anyway are not around the head, it's around the waist. So they're not going to kill themselves anyway. So anyway, another snare in. I might come down here on some pinch points and put some more. We got 3 more dog proofs down this way. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Small line. I have a snare down there in that small game trail. You can't really see it from here, but it was kind of moved. It wasn't knocked over, it was kind of moved. So I think it was possum. I think it was this guy. Another big grinner. So we'll get him took care of in a little bit, and see if we got anything else. Hopefully we do, because we got more traps. This is still set, knocked over, pushed over. And is that a grinner number 2 for the day? Yep. No, that might be, no, that's a possum. Man. Possum number 2. Possum number 2 there. Wake up. Makes 4 possums. 2 days. Let's move up the line here. So guys, Kyle here, Plainsmen Outdoors. It's check day 4 on this small hike in line that I've got. And we had a snare connect, finally. So that's good. So let's see if we can show you this. This snare was on this trail, and it's just wood, fence stapled to that big tree. There's a good pinch point there. He tore up all the saplings that were there, but walked right through it. And we don't know if he was coming from that way or from that way, but this is kind of why I decided to set up snares, because I'm kind of shocked, really, at how few coons I've caught in these 4 checks, mostly because of I got so many pictures of coons 2 nights before I set traps. It seems like they just don't care about food right now. They're so focused on rut, I guess. They're just going from den tree to den tree. And I don't know if this is a boar or sow. I'm assuming it's a boar, but we'll find out. But yeah, dog proofs all the way on this trail. Now it might have been there wasn't a coon that came by down the way, but obviously he was close to or past this one. I've got another snare and another dog proof on the other side over there, so there might be one there too. But yeah, he either passed this and did not care, or he didn't get to it yet. So, but there's the coon. And that's actually a really good catch, right behind the shoulders. I've never caught a coon around the neck. I don't know if it's possible, but it's not around his waist. It's around his, right behind his shoulders there. So yeah, that's good. We'll get him took care of and show him to you. All right, y'all. This is the end of this little video. Not a lot of action here, but which is unfortunate for you as well as for me. But yeah, I'm kind of shocked that we didn't catch as many coons. And the more I think about it, the more it makes sense, I guess, because of the rut. But the coons did not care about dog proofs. I caught one here in this dog proof that was here, and I set a snare here, a dog proof on the other side, another snare on the other side of that den tree, and this turned out to be a sow. So this sow probably lives in that tree, and she was coming out. She obviously didn't care about food because she passed that. I'm assuming she passed that. So but it was a perfect snare catch, good loop size, and good position or height off the ground. Perfect right behind the shoulders catch. You can see the snare right there. So perfect catch. Nice sow. So that's good. We will we turkey hunt this place, so this will really help turkeys. Taking out boars is good, but taking out sows that make more coons is even better. We might come back here before season's over and try to coon call this section, because I bet there's coons in that den or in that tree. I mean, there's a lot of den trees potential right here. So anyway, guys, that's we finished this this line, this little, we did 4 checks with 4 possums, 2 coons. So not terrible, but not great. So got a bobcat over here too that walked by my set. I made a scratch post set. I'll show you a picture of that now. Walked past my set, didn't even look at it. I can tell that from the video. But so anyway, he's walking that same, or she's walking that same small game trail. It's this one that's connected, I'm standing in, but it's way down that way. So I hung a snare a little past that, a little north of that. So hopefully we can just snare it. And I got a camera on it, so we can always check. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I've never snared a bobcat, so we'll see if we can snare it. But yeah, hopefully we can snare that bobcat. There's a lot of cats in here. It's real catty. I've just never caught a cat in here. So It's just a matter of time before that cat works that circuit again. They're very circuitry. They kind of work their perimeter just over and over. It's kind of what they do. So hopefully we catch that bobcat in that snare. That'd be really cool. Anyway, so there's the end result. I'm glad I didn't walk out of here empty-handed. So that would have really not been good. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this trapping season so far. It's February. It's January 30th or 31st. I can never remember what day it is. But we're almost February. Coyotes are really starting to break. We're going to trap some coyotes for some people. Probably try to, just to get rid of some. But the fur's really starting to break. That female we caught yesterday, you can really tell that. Her tail's basically gone. Her back's actually not too bad. It's just her back haunches. You know, her loins that look pretty bad. But anyway, skinned her anyway. So, but yeah, hopefully we can make a few more catches before beaver season. So anyway, stick with us, guys.